move on here to the big boys, the heavyweight, last one of the day. Great way to finish it off. As we look at the upcoming schedule for Michigan State, this is the last home meet for them. So again, all these matches are on the road. They go to Northwestern on Friday, and then they're at number 4 Wisconsin, Cleveland State, and then they're at Central. That should be a good one for them. I'm very interested to see how that match turns out. And then obviously they got the Big Ten tournament on March 7th. So
Tony Cassioppi, if you haven't had a chance to watch him wrestle, he's a big guy he's a big guy that thinks he's a little guy. He's athletic and he can move. His body type doesn't say that I move like a little guy, but you watch him wrestle 7 minutes and you say this guy is impressive.
As there he goes, already has a leg of Christian Rebottaro for Michigan State. Gets 2 points up on the board for Tony Cassioppi. Cassioppi, the third-ranked wrestler in the country. He's 14-0 overall, 9-0 in dual action. He's only a freshman.
And if you look at the landscape of heavyweight, you have Gable Stevenson, ranked number 1 in the country from Minnesota in the Big Ten. He's a sophomore. You have Mason Paris of Michigan. He's ranked number 2. He's a sophomore. You have Tony Cassioppi for the Iowa Hawkeyes. He's ranked 3rd.
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman. So not only is college wrestling set for the next couple of years with the big boys, but the Big Ten in general.
Big Ten stacked.
Stacked with big guys.
Under a minute 40 to go in the first period. Cassioppi got a quick 2 points. Rebottaro trying his best to get out, but Cassioppi just a tight hold on him. Just over a minute to go now.
While we're at it, might as well give Trent Hilger of Wisconsin. He's ranked 5th. He's a sophomore from the Big Ten as well.
Oh, boy.
Trying to give some big boys some love.
The Big Ten shows up in wrestling. Big Ten's always tough in any sport, really, when it comes to inter-conference play. The Big Ten's always a tough group in whatever sport they play.
Cassioppi just riding tough here.
Rebottaro's been on the ground for most of the match so far. Under 20 to go now.
And riding time.
Oh, already over 2 minutes.
Already over 2 minutes.
So essentially it's a 4-0 lead right here for Cassioppi. So that's the end of the first period. Cassioppi had control for most of that one. Most of that first period right there. We'll see if Rebottaro can manage something. Cassioppi, he's undefeated in career Big Ten duels, 6-0. Looking to make it 7-0 today. In the final match of today's meet.
And against Seth Nevels of Penn State, the Hawks needed Tony Cassioppi to show up, and he did big time. The duel came down to heavyweight, and if he won, the Hawks won. If Nevels won, the Nittany Lions won.
Yep.
Tony Cassioppi showed up in the biggest moment. That's what you go to Iowa for.
Exactly. It was tough. We saw it with Cameron Caff and Abe Assad going right down to the wire. Again, it's kind of the story of the day is that they're not a flashy team, but they're gritty and tough, and they'll go the full distance and tire you out. Again, this is not a flashy match whatsoever. There hasn't been really any sorts of action. Just lots of control, mostly from Cassioppi. Rebottaro needs to make a move, though. So we break under the 45-second mark, and oh my. That was dangerous as Rebottaro flies off the edge of the mat. Looks to be okay, but that is dangerous. All that weight flying to one side, definitely hard to stop yourself.
Yeah, luckily no photographers were over there.
Oh yeah, that could have been very dangerous. Luckily everybody's okay, and now Cassioppi starting to go in, gets 2 more points, put it up on the board for him. So Cassioppi a 6-0 lead, does have 2.5 minutes of riding time, so trying to flip Rebottaro over, can't do it. You hear the crowd kind of rising up a little bit as they almost saw Cassioppi flip over Rebottaro. As that's the end of the second period. As we look at that dangerous play over there at the edge of the mat. Rebottaro luckily was all right. So 2 minutes away from the end of this one. It's been all Cassioppi in this match. It's been all Iowa for the whole day. For being frankly honest, they lead 28-3 in team points. The only win for Michigan State coming with Cameron Caffey. Really been the only bright spot. Not much to cheer about for the Spartan faithful. Under 1.5 minutes to go.
It was one of those feelings like someone's going flying here.
Yeah.
Both guys, over-under situation.
Kind of the calm before the storm. And we get a stalemate. Cassioppi at the leg of Rebottaro, takes him down to the mat. 2 more up on the board for Tony Cassioppi. And to make matters worse, he's nearing 3 minutes of riding time. 45 seconds to go. It's been all Cassioppi. 30 seconds to go. Can Rebottaro get to his feet here before the edge of this one?
Stall warning.
Iowa fans making their presence known here. Clapping up a storm. Under 10 to go. And that is going to do it. So Cassioppi gets the win all the way to the final seconds of the match. Staying undefeated in dual action, 15-0 overall. 10-0 in dual action.